Moved from small town to the city to be with my dad. By the time I was 2, they were married and divorced. A lot of fucked up shit ensued involving.
Welcome back. It's a new day, new beginnings, and we have another reaction video. This reaction video is, it's a lot of this is nothing new. Like, we know people get pregnant at early ages, 15, etc. But this young lady tells her story and is like so dear to the heart because so many people in America go through this type of stuff. But anywho, if you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the family, watch the video all the way to the end. And if you are returning, sure, you're right, you know how we like to do it. Let's get started on today's reaction video.
So my mama had me when she was 15. She lived in a small town in Michigan. She met my dad, they got together. My mom at the time was fast and had a very traumatic upbringing, at which I offer her a lot of grace for how I was raised. My dad was not much older than her. He lived in the city. When she got pregnant with me, parents put her out. She moved from small town to the city to be with my dad. By the time I was 2, they were married and divorced. A lot of fucked up shit ensued involving my father. A lot of shit that fucked me up, fucked my siblings up. Nevertheless, he was always in the picture somewhere. So fast forward to a couple months before my 16th birthday. My dad went on this campaign with me specifically. I'm not your father. I want a paternity test. I'm not your father. And these are things he's saying to me, not to my mom, to me. He would call me. He had said these things in the past out of spite to me or my mom at different points, but there was never any question to me that he wasn't my father, right? I would then in turn speak to my mom, and she like, that's your dad. He was my boyfriend. That's your dad, right? Like, that's who I was with. That's your dad. He hounded me so much that it got to a point where, as always, I just wanted to appease him. So I talked to my mom, and she said, I'm going to leave the decision to you. If you want to let that man have a paternity test, then let that man have a paternity test, but I'm going to leave it to you. Finally, I agreed. So 2 weeks before my birthday, we go to the paternity testing place. We pull up, me and my mom, my little brother in the back seat. We pull up, and my dad is walking out. So his appointment must have been right before ours. And as he's walking out, I get out the car, and I walked up to him and said, hi, Dad, and went to go hug him, and he pushed me off of him. I was really confused, and I was really hurt. Like, why would you be mad at me? Why would you be mad at me? Simple as that. So I go into the paternity test, the place where they're doing the mouth swabs. I get my swab, crying the entire time. I'm heartbroken. I come out, him and my mom are arguing in the parking lot about his behavior. Fast forward to April 24th, which just so happens to be his birthday. Mine is the 25th, his is the 24th. He calls me on his birthday. We're not home. He leaves a voicemail. I get home. I hit the voicemail button on the mail, what is that fucking thing even called? Voicemail box. I don't know. So he hit the button on answer machine. God damn. And this man is like, wait till you see this. Wait till you see this. Wait till you see this. Yeah, I got them results in the mail. Wait till you see this. I'm confused. How he's saying it doesn't lend to an answer one way or the other. So I call him. Dad, wait till you see this. Yeah, I got them results. And I said, okay, what do the results say? I'm not telling you what the results say. At which point I break down. I'm like, why would you not tell me? I'm crying. My mom is yelling in the background. But that next morning is my birthday. It's my 16th birthday. I had decided that morning that I'm going to have a good day. Damn, that was mature of me. I picked up my outfit. I wore heels to school. Little kid in heels my mama let me wear. My mom says, walk home on your lunch. I'm gonna take you out. On my lunch break, I leave school. I walk home. I walk in the back door. I hear my mom like walking in and out of her room getting ready. I look cute. She's getting dressed up. She says, go grab the mail, get my keys, and then we can go. I go grab the mail. I bring the mail in the house. I set it on the counter. I can't find her keys. So she comes to the kitchen to help me look for her keys, and she grabs the stack of mail. She starts shuffling through it. And she stops and she looks at me and she looks back at the paper. In this moment, I'm not registering anything, but I know that she was contemplating whether to open it right then or now. Is this the appropriate time for me to open this? But she opens it. You can tell who do and don't know a Michigander in the comments, okay? Baby, I'm from Michigan. It's a mitten. And for the Michiganders in the comments who are trying to figure out what general areas I'm talking about, let me just tell you, geography was not my strong suit. I was more of a chemistry girl. This general area right here was referring to Ludington. This thing was referring to Detroit / Grand Rapids. Okay, my dad's family is originally from Detroit, but he was in Grand Rapids when he met my mama. That's where I was born and raised, Grand Rapids, Michigan. I spent the majority of my adult life in Atlanta, which is why I'm a little extra. A little extra. But now, y'all know a little something. Michigan. She looked directly at me, paused for a minute, and I could see the tears welling up in her eyes. And then she collapsed. She dropped down on the ground and just kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not putting two and two together. This man that told me you gonna get the results, it's my birthday. I'm not putting two and two together. I'm not realizing that that's what that is until she says, he was my boyfriend. So the paper is over here on the floor at this point. I'm holding her and I'm like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I grab the paper. It takes me a minute to decipher what the paper says, but I realize that it says he's not my dad. Now, the hard part for me in this is that my main concern then, and even now, is always her emotional stability. So as I'm reading this paper telling me basically that all of the traumatic things that both of us have gone through in life were unnecessary, all I can do is console her. I went through a grieving process, but it led me to the point of having to decide whether or not I was going to search for my biological family. My mom's side is just her and her parents. There's nobody else, no cousins, no nothing. My paternal family, that's who raised me. That's who I grew up with. That's who I fought with. That's who I played dark tag with. That's who I ate with. That's who we had sleepovers with. That was my family. That was my mother's family. Because despite what happened with her and my father, his sisters, they were her sisters. Their kids were her nieces and nephews. They taught her how to cook. So because of the importance that they played in my upbringing, for a long time, I had no interest in discovering who my biological family was because this was my family. And if I search for my biological family, am I doing them a disservice? Now that I'm older, this is the closest that I've been to finding my actual family. So I thought I might share this story with TikTok, maybe share other relevant parts of the story, and what happens, because I'm to the point where I'm starting to make contact with people who I'm related to thanks to a genealogy test. But ultimately I want to uncover who my biological father is. I don't know if anyone will care about any of this. It's a huge part of like where I'm at in life, and if you've been following me on TikTok, you know that my niche is ranting in my car about things that are relevant to me and my experiences. So yeah,
I don't know, because her mother's not telling, you know, her story, or the father not telling his. But I just don't think, even as an adult, that anybody should be having some type of attitude towards the person that is considered the child in the situation, even though now she's an adult. Like, that father, or that, you know, alleged father, like, did not have to be so rude. He could have told her the results when he got it. Like, bro, what is the deal with you having an attitude with the person that's supposed to be a child in this situation? And I understand, yes, the mother like did the right thing out in the parking lot, going back and forth with him on certain levels, because did you know or did you not know that he could have been or not been a possibility of your child all of these years? Now your child is a grown adult and had to take it into her own hands, because two adults at the time, like, I'm not saying like y'all were adults back then, but y'all were doing adult activity, could have gotten this test years ago. Now, okay, not at 15, but some point in time where y'all became adults and felt like, oh my God, he's nagging me, whether this his child or not, let me go in and get him a test. Or him like going to get the test on his own and letting the mother know, because the mother was so open to her giving her father a DNA test. Just give him what he want. But he was my boyfriend at the time. And that's what a lot of younger people, not only that, adults be thinking, oh, it ain't the person that I cheated on him with, because he was my boyfriend, so he gotta be the one that got me pregnant. No, ma'am. If you are doing unnecessary activity, being unfaithful, even at that young age, baby girl, it's a possibility that him or the other guy could be the father. Just get it over with before that child get grown and test them both. I don't know if the mother just automatically just assumed because of her young age that he was the father because they date, but he was the father, or deep down in the inside she knew he wasn't the father but didn't want to look like some type of like fast girl. I don't know. All I know is this young lady should not have to like witness her mother theatrical passing out on the floor and her father being angry and so mean and aggressive to her with attitude. Like, bro, pipe down. Like, you was able to get a DNA test. The mother was able to get a DNA test long time ago before she could even find out, or long time ago, so she wouldn't have to do this as an adult on her own. I'm glad that she finally like gave in and was like, he's doing a little too much, because sometimes you can feel when you're not part of the family, like, this is not my parent, like, this is not my cousin, like, this is not my sister, something ain't right. You can kind of feel like it sometimes, and sometimes no, you probably can't, like, they just treating you wrong, because deep down in the inside is something that you don't know. And it's best to go ask before it get too far out of hand. I'm glad she did the adult thing and got that man that test, so she wouldn't have to deal with that type of energy around her anymore. And I hope that she do, like, but she said she took a genealogy test, but I hope that she connect with the right family, because no child / now adult should be treated the way that man treated her because he was angry at her mother. Like, come on now, be real. She's still the child in this situation, even though now she's an adult. Like, just be nice. It's not her fault. You guys, drop down in the comment section what you think about this story. Don't forget to like, comment. If you're new here, subscribe. Thanks for watching to the end. And if you are returning, you know how we like to do it. Sure, you're right. We like to get into it, talk about it, like and share. You guys, I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.